Hello, welcome back to the Iron Man WoW challenge with me, Sheppo. In the last episode we were in the northern ungoro created territory. We were just doing some sticky tar quests and I went out at the old base, Marshall's Refuge, which for some reason has been reclaimed by elementals. I'm not entirely sure why. I've not been reading all of the quest texts, so that's probably why I don't understand. There was a quest I was checking out right at the very end in the last few seconds of the last episode. It's a daily quest, or repeatable quest rather. And I didn't pick that up primarily because all it does, I don't think it offers XP, but it does give us a buff, and obviously buffs are not allowed, so there's no point doing that. You can see the quest there on the little question mark. And also it would have required me going and farming blood sprouts. So essentially a quest that used to be there in vanilla is still there. Although I think it was from a Kodo, and now I think it's the grave of the Kodo that you get it from, so it's a little bit grim. Anyway, we've still got quite a lot to do in this zone, so we're going to get straight on that and start fast forwarding things. What we have left to do in this zone is we've got the gorilla cave to do. We've got a little bit left with the tar pits. We've got one more quest to do there, and I think that's pretty much it. I can't remember for sure, so let's just see how we get on. I know we do have the Titan kind of end of the story, end of the zone story quest to do. One thing I am wary of at the minute with this series is basically the last few episodes have been in like full fast forward, and I don't expect that that's the most entertaining thing to be watching all the time. Here we just checked out the old cave that used to be here. The quest at the back that isn't there anymore. Yeah, I don't want to keep the series in fast forward all the time. We in the next zone or two maybe I'll drop it back down into normal mode because it's a bit more interesting to watch. Ungoro is an awesome zone. It's probably the most fun zone. I know I said this about Tanaris being pretty good, but actually I really did enjoy Ungoro Crater. There's a couple of really challenging quests here, such as the raptor poison quest and also the blood petal sprout one, which was a challenge. So some really good quests. It's funny as well with the Maximilian Northshire quests. But having said that, there's still a lot of grind, so that's why it's all been in fast forward. The next couple of zones may be in fast forward as well, because there's still quite a lot of grind, especially where I go next. But after that, I think we may put it back into normal speed and we can actually have some live commentary as I'm actually doing it, which is probably a bit more interesting than me just waffling about shite after the fact. Anyway, feel free to give me a comment on that. Say which you prefer, because I think it's probably a bit too much to ask for me to put the entire grind into normal speed. That would go into many days of footage over the course. And we have had some really horrible grindy quests as well, such as the one in Tanaris with just grinding mobs. It was shit, and no one wants to see that. So the Super Sticky Tar quest was very simple. We'd already killed that mob, so that was not going to be a problem at all. So next we're off to the Gorilla Cave, and this set of quests I think is very similar to what used to be in vanilla, but it's changed around a little bit. So we do have to kill 3 different types of gorillas, and they're inside and outside of the cave, so we do have to do that aspect of it. But the Chasing Amy 01 quest used to be right inside the cave, and it used to require you to have, at this part it didn't require it, but in the next stage of the quest you had to find an engineering mat that in vanilla it was okay, there was a lot of them on the auction house, or you could easily get people to make them because the mats to make them were readily available. But on the run up to Cataclysm, that wasn't the case. Finding that material, there's never any on the auction house, and the mats to make it were never on the auction house either. So a wise decision by Blizzard there to remove that quest, or remove the requirement. Now we have to do something slightly different, which is good. So in this cave we do, like I say, we have the different types of gorillas to kill, and we have to get pelts from them. But we've also got this mob here that we're killing. It's a quest mob. Uchar. He has always been here. He used to. I don't think he used to pat around the cave. He used to just be up in the top area. But notable about this cave, if you were a hunter in at the start of Wrath, there was a very famous hunter called Big Red Kitty who showed off gorillas being amazing tanks. They were just so overpowered at the start of Wrath, and a lot of people wanted a specific gorilla that only used to spawn in this cave. It was on an 8-hour spawn. I managed to get it. Did I get it twice? I definitely had it once. I might have lost it and came and farmed it again. The reason I lost it, there used to be a bug in the taming mechanism, which meant you could, at the start of Cataclysm, you could tame mobs that had buffs on them, like cosmetic buffs, and they would retain the buff, which was awesome. It's now been fixed out very recently, but it has been fixed out. Such as there are wolves in Ashenvale that when they attack you, they go into ghost form mode. And what you could do with this particular bug, you could tame the hunter, tame the pet, and it would retain that buff forever, or until it died. So if the pet ever died, you would lose it, but essentially forever. Now, part of that was to use a macro to automatically abandon your pet, and I accidentally used it on the gorilla that I'd camped 8 hours for. Like an idiot. So I had to get it twice. But anyway, it's a very cool gorilla. The only one in the game at that point. It's like an albino gorilla. I'm not sure whether that's still in the game. It wasn't there just then when we went and had a look for it. And what have we got to do now? So we need some high viscosity coconut milk. So there's just a coconut or a couple of coconuts lying around, and we have to crack it open on that rock there and then use that to power up Chasing Amy 01, which is, if you hadn't guessed, a gorilla robot. So yeah, the gorilla quests used to be kind of interesting. The mobs as well, the gorillas actually used to call in for help, and you could very easily get into a bit of difficulty if you had an additional 4 ads come and attack you. Didn't see that happen this time though. So we've just got another pylon quest to do. There's quite a lot of walking about in this zone. Now they have added 2 flight paths in, but it doesn't help that much. Seem to spend a lot of time just selling shit. Okay, level 54. And we've got the Shaper's Terrace to go to next. This is all new for Cataclysm. It looks ominous. I've never seen this little area before. And I've flown around here a lot on my main. And we've got Nablia. She looks like really squeezed in here. She doesn't look very happy. She's wearing Ugg boots, so that's probably why she's not very happy. And we're going to talk to her feet. The shape is Terrace. I've been watching you, Sheppy. Your arrival was not unforeseen. In fact, your arrival here has been predetermined for some time now. Show off. When my master Khazgarath shaped the world you call Azeroth, he designed Ungoro Crater to be an area for experimentation. You might call it the Titan's petri dish. If you seek further knowledge about the methods in which we observe the world, pull the 4 levers behind me and complete my tests. Pull the levers behind Nablia and complete her tests. I'm assuming these tests are going to be tricky because the blues that she's given us, it's the end of the chain. So yeah, I have no idea what to expect from this. So I guess let's go for it and see what possibly happens. I want you to pit the blood petal against one another. I want to challenge and defeat another blood petal in one-on-one combat. Okay, what have we got? Auto attack automatically attacks a target in melee with an equipped weapon. I'm a plant. Lash. I think that's probably based on the sword that I'm using. Lashes your target doing 694. Poisons an enemy. And right, so okay. Pretty easy as a hunter, to be fair. Because he's attacking my pet like an idiot. Yep, I think she's happy with that. I want to test your bite skill on people of martial stand. Bite. Use bite on 5 humanoid targets. Use bony armour to increase your armour. Well, let's use bony armour straight away. I'm not sure whether we actually have to kill these. Done that yet? Well, that didn't work. Number of you. Oh no, okay. We have to just buy them. We don't actually have to kill them. That was a level. Oh dear. Done it! Take me back! Whew. And I'm still in target, which is always a really good thing to see. I'm assuming for a few seconds there they were running across the map to attack me. Good old Blizzard. The guerrilla observation. Or not. I want to test the limits of your wings. Fly high, up above the jungle canopy. Use Terra Dash to temporarily increase your flight speed. I guess if you've never played WoW and don't have a flying mount, this is kind of quite cool to see world from this angle. Interesting to see. I was going to say, it'd be interesting to see how far we could get with that. And the last one, guerrilla observation. I want you to speak with the local guerrillas.
Speak with one of each type of gorilla, Stomper, Thunderer, and learn what they have to teach you. This is a normal one. What can you teach me, gorilla? Individual strength is important, but tribal strength is more so. Our tribe is only as strong as its weakest member. Okay, cheers mate. We've got a Stomper and a Thunderer. The lashers to the south will eat small creatures like frogs and parrots. We the gorillas will eat the lashers, and dinosaurs will eat gorillas. All of this is honourable and natural. The humans and orcs also hunt the gorilla, but they take the skin and leave the body to rot. This is why we attack the humans and orcs. Okay. A few of our tribe have harnessed the power of thunder. We use it to defend ourselves against invaders, whether human, orc or dinosaur. Our thunder stuns all dinosaurs, you know. Okay. That's that done as well. That was all pretty simple. Ever watching from above. And that was that. No threat there at all. Proven to be both wise and agile, young Sheppy. Here, have 12.5k XP. Thanks! Right, well that's that done. So we've finished the zone. And we are level 54. We've finished it a little bit too soon. That's a bit of a shame. So we're going to go to Silithus next. And yeah, not sure how that's going to go. But I'm going to do a jump cut here because I'm going to go to Thunder Bluff and train up some skills. So I'll see you on the other side.
Okay, so blatantly I was lying about going to Silithus. For those of you that have quested through that zone recently, you'll know how shit it is, basically. So it was designed around the end game in vanilla, in the lead up to Encourage. There's a lot of grindy aspects about that zone. It's one of those zones. When I was doing Lawmaster on my main, it was a real pain because there's some difficult grindy quests there. And I don't really want to do that on Iron Man, to be honest with you. I want something that's a bit plainer sailing, so instead of doing Silithus, we're going to Swamp of Sorrows, and then we're going to go to Blasted Lands. And I didn't want to just go straight to Blasted Lands even though we're at the right level, because I didn't know whether we'd actually have enough experience. I want to be actually level 60 before we go through the portal. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in the next episode. I'll probably do another fast forward section for Swamp of Sorrows because it is a pretty boring zone. Blasted Lands was pretty cool though. I liked Blasted Lands. It's changed enough for it to be different to how it was in vanilla, but it's still kind of similar. The only other thing I wanted to say was, sorry if my mic has been a little bit all over the place in this episode. I have gone out and bought a new mic, and I'm using that to voice over footage that I recorded previously, but in sections where I've not fast forwarded the video, I'm using the original voice, and it's, yeah, you get it, it's all over the shop. So anyway, join me next time, we'll get the zones done. Hopefully we're going to make it into Outland. Wink. You may have noticed that in one of the previous episodes I did say I died, so I'm not going to tell you where it is that I died. But yeah, join me next time for more Iron Man WoW Challenge.